Hello YouTube, YGO-Alliance here, and today we have a new deck profile. Uh, it's not Shaddoll invoked, but instead it's Orcust invoked. So I'm gonna start with the profile. 42 cards in the main, starting with my monsters. We're playing 2 Mathematician and 1 Armageddon Knight. These are only normal summons of the deck. Mathematician can send Shaddoll monsters and trigger their effects. And you can also send Orcust monster, but the only one you can send is the skeleton because we don't have the harp anymore. Meanwhile, Armageddon Knight can send everything because the entire deck is dark. It is for the normal summons. For the hand traps, playing triple Ash Blossom. This is a mainly going second deck, so playing the beer would be good, but I like Ash Blossom a little bit more because it's good against every kind of deck, like control decks, combo decks. While Nibiru against control decks, it's just another brick. For the one-offs, playing one Trick Clown. The good thing about Trick Clown is that if it's entered graveyard, it can reborn itself at a cost of losing 1000 life points. But when you don't have a light monster in your hand and all you have is a Mathematician, you can send Trick Clown and get light monster to make construct. Only one Trick Clown is needed, no more. For the Shaddolls, one-offs, Dragon. When it's in the graveyard, you can pop a back row. Its flip effect is a Compulse. Ariel. When it's in the graveyard, it's a DD Crow for either player's graveyard. You can banish up to 3 cards. And her flip effect is a DDR for banish. Beast. Beast is really good in this deck. His flip effect is really good. You get to draw 2 and discard 1, which you can discard Orcust pieces. And when it's entered graveyard, you get to draw 1. For the 2-offs, playing double Skomata. His or her flip effect is a Raigeki Break. You can destroy a monster in the field, and when sent to the graveyard, it's a Foolish Burial for any Shaddoll cards. Another 2-off is Wendy. Her flip effect gets to special summon a Shaddoll monster from deck in face up or down defense position, and when sent to graveyard, you can summon Shaddoll from your deck in face down, which we normally make Ariel. Then 2 Hedgehog. Shaddoll Hedgehog, his flip effect is really good because you can flip it face up and search any Shaddoll spell trap. Mostly we should search the Shaddoll fusion, and when sent to graveyard, it's a Rhoda for Shaddoll monster. That's it for the Shaddoll monsters. For the Orcust monsters, playing triple Orcust Nightmare. With Harp Horror Gun, this is the best Orcust monster. It basically can search any dark machine, like send it to the graveyard. It's Foolish Burial. We normally send World 1 with this, with Nightmare, and then activate one's effect to Special Nightmare to go to Galatea. That's the combo now. And playing 2 World 1 is really nice because if you have a hard draw 1 and send the other to the graveyard, you get a special summon. When sent to the graveyard, the World 1's first effect will trigger to special summon a World Legacy card from your hand. And the last Orcust piece, 1 skeleton. You have to play it. It's insane. Like, it's another interruption with Babel and Dingirsu in your graveyard, and you can also reborn Galatea to activate their effect. For these spells, we're running triple Shaddoll Fusion. The reason why this deck focuses on going second is this card. This card going second is insane. If your opponent has a monster in the next monster zone, you can fusion summon using your deck. That means that you can make a window using Orcust pieces, or you can make construct using your deck. One going first is just another fusion spell. Speaking of fusions, we're playing 2 Shaddoll Fusion. The good thing about this card is that it is a quick play spell that you can, if you've activated a Shaddoll monsters, let's say flip effect or whatever, then you don't have to fusion summon that turn. You can set this card and fusion summon to your opponent's turn, so you can activate the effects again because they can only activate 1 effect per turn, like either the flip effect or the send to the graveyard effect. Then for more fusion cards, 2 Super Poly. Super Poly in this deck is insane. I don't have to say anything about it. Just going second, normal Shaddoll monster, activate Poly, go Construct, go Krista, go Winda, make up Kalon, and or whatever. And since Shaddoll Invoked is a tier 1 deck and it's getting a lot of places in the top cuts is popular, then this that means that this card becomes even better in that matchup, because you can the end board they usually do is Appaloosa plus Mekaba and the Winda. You can just activate Super Poly and get rid of their Mekaba Winda for your own construct. Use Winda, Shaddoll, Mekaba, Light, and then beat over with your construct. You can beat over the Appaloosa. We hate hand traps. Getting hand trapped in losing your Shaddoll Fusion to a hand trap is horrible. You want this card to resolve. You play 2 Callbagger, not 3. I think that 2 is a better number. Since we're going second deck, we play double Mind Control. You can just Mind Control an opponent's monster if it is a Shaddoll monster. But Shaddolls are getting a lot of play in this in the current meta. You can just Mind Control and Fusion away. But not only for Shaddolls. Since we're playing Orcust, if we get to have a mirror match against the Scrap Orcust or whatever, or Luna Orcust or Rank Up Orcust, we can use their Galatea for our own Galatea. That's dirty, isn't it? So Mind Control, really, you have to play it. I think this is like Pot of Greed in here. Your entire deck dark. Just draw 2. It says draw 2. For the one-offs, power one-offs. 1 Foolish Burial. It's Foolish Burial. If this card wasn't at 1, then the deck would be a lot better, because you had like, and it's on once a return, so you activate like send a Shaddoll monster, trigger its effects, send an Orcust, make Galatea, send whatever you want. The 4th number summon is Rhoda. Unfortunately, still 1. This card distraction. The good thing about this card is, like in the previous variants of Orcust with Danger Orcust, you can just activate card distraction and get multiple pluses of the dangers. The good thing about this card is it doesn't discard for cost. That's why it can trigger Shaddoll monsters. And 1 Orcust return for the Orcust engine. It's Pot of Greed, sent to Babel. Babel's insane. Should have got hit. The Inferni Barrier, and the last card of the deck, 42 cards, is a Shaddoll Incarnation. Helps you trigger flip effects of Shaddoll monsters. That was it for the main deck. Onto the extra deck. We're playing 2 of the best waifu or whatever as Shaddoll construct. This card is insane. The good thing about this card is both of her effects are on once per turn, so you can like fusion summon, make chain links, because one should hand to a graveyard by a Shaddoll Fusion via Shaddoll Fusion, or whatever the Shaddoll monsters get their effects. Make chain links, so you can always make your construct resolve, and once at the graveyard, you can get back the fusion. And also really good because it helps beat down monsters who cannot be destroyed well. 2 Shaddoll Winda. It's the main card that you use in your end board when they force you to go first. It's a floodgate, only once per summon per turn, and when sent to graveyard, you can recover a Shaddoll card. Upcaleon, upon summon, is an impermanence, and you can easily make it in this deck because you have like Wendy and Ariel, and when sent to graveyard, you can get you either a Shaddoll card from your deck or graveyard to an end and discard 1. The discard is perfect. 1 Shekinaga, Mathematician is Earth. You have to play it. It's if you have a Shaddoll card in your hand, it doesn't discard for cost because it makes the if you have a Shaddoll card in your hand, you can negate the activation of your monster effect and then discard the Shaddoll card, which is not a part of the cost, so you can trigger Shaddoll monsters. Same for Grista, it negates summon. It's a fire, you can use against Salamangreats, so yeah, you have to play. And the last card is a Starving Venom. Starving Venom decks that main decks will probably also have the main deck to main their Starving Venoms. I think it's the best Super Poly target at the moment. Yeah, 2 darks. For the XCs, we're playing 1 Dingy Boy and 1 Dweller. So the main idea of this deck is when forced to go first, the main idea is not to build like multiple negates, the negate boards like Shaddoll Invoked or Spiral do or Luna do. It's kind of similar in terms of boards. It builds to Orcust Striker because the main focus is not allow your opponent to play, just use floodgates or interactions that interact with your opponent during their turn, like Dweller or Winda, to slow your opponent down and weaken their board as much as possible. So you have to play Dweller, and you can easily make it trickle down level 4. For the links, playing 1 Best Boy, You can easily OTK with this guy. One unicorn. It's a toolbox. Unicorn, you can easily make it in this deck. It's a link 3, so and it's a dark, so you can also summon it when you're under an Orcust monster's effect. And I don't play Phoenix because it's kind of a waste since it's fire. Mostly I have to trigger Orcust monster effects. 2 Galatia. Galatia is Galatia. Is the main reason why Orcus are playable at the moment. It has always been the main reason. The fact that this card can shuffle any of your banished resources and get a free spell trap is always nice and insane. And the last card is in generic to Lamphorinkus. It's supposed to be Cross Sheep. That card is superb in this deck, but I don't still have Cross Sheep, so playing any generic Link 2 is fine. Not the best, but fine. That was it for deck profile. Thank you.